So then, let's go to the Premier League. A lot of talk about Mo Salah and his future today, with The Athletic reporting that he will be staying at Liverpool next season. Of course, heavily linked to that move to Saudi Arabia last summer. That didn't manifest itself. He is, of course, a Liverpool player under contract, but he's a Liverpool player very much under scrutiny at the moment. You take a look at that bottom figure. 2 goals, 0 assists in the last 8 games. Obviously, it's not all his fault that Liverpool's season has collapsed quite spectacularly, but there is certainly a part that he's had to play. Craig, it's the first time you've been on since what we saw on the touchline when he was brought on in the West Ham game. I'm just wondering what you thought of that.
Like a big baby, basically, very petulant. And for me, and the reason he wasn't playing is pure and simple. The graphic said it. His recent form has been poor, really bad. And Jurgen Klopp's in a scenario at Liverpool where, you know, whether he's leaving at the end of the year or not, it doesn't matter. He's fighting for his very life in this Premier League title race. So he's trying anything. And playing a player who's completely out of form, whether it's Mo Salah or anybody else, just is utterly stupid. So why wouldn't Klopp make a decision? Now, of course, as a player, you see it. You never see it that way. You always see it the opposite. Yeah, I'll dig you out the hole. I'll be the guy at West Ham today. I'm the go-to guy. You always think that as a player. The truth of the matter is, he has not been that guy. He's not been that guy since he came back injured from the African Cup of Nations. And that's why the manager had to make a big decision in a big game when the season for them is petering out. And his actions on the sideline were nothing more than a petulant kid, to be quite honest with you. And if I was a Liverpool fan, I don't think I'd like to see that. And I think any Liverpool fans who watched it and think, do you know what, if he goes to Saudi Arabia and we get crazy, stupid money from at the end of the season, let's just take it and move on.
Is it just easy to say, right, once Klopp goes on, obviously they've got their problems, Arne Slot comes in, he'll be back to the normal Salah?
Well, he has a summer now to deal with any injury issues or whatever, it just maybe hampering him, because he just, as Craig mentioned, just hasn't been himself. But you cannot help but look past the Saudi Arabia link, the fact that as of this summer he'll have 1 year left on his contract. What does the future hold for him, and whether that's playing a part in some of the reactions of Mo Salah in this instance. I don't think, all that being said, I don't think it's as simple as Arne Slot comes in and everything will be back to normal, and that in itself, the change of manager, initiates an uncertainty about Liverpool that nobody knows where we are right now. And that doesn't help Mo Salah in any way, coming off the back of what has been a disappointing season, or at the very least, a disappointing 6 months.
But that was for the cameras, wasn't it? As was his quote.
As was in the mix zone, yeah. If I speak now, that'd be fine.
The quote for me is what was kind of, to your point, just petulant and silly.
Yeah, when he said what about... What,
if I speak now, it'd be fire.
Yeah. Listen, I tell you what, if you've got any stomach about you, go and speak.
Yeah.
Go and talk to them and air it all. Because if you're going to be stood like some kindergarten kid on the touchline, when you know the cameras are on you, you know all the cameras are there, looking at the subs, and you're getting petulant, and then you walk up through the mix zone and you throw a little line, go and tell them. If that's how you feel, go and tell them. So the whole thing was, I mean, it's a shame, really. This was a great title race all the way. Liverpool have just started to peter out, and you know, Klopp is not perfect in all this scenario. Of course he's not. But I don't think he needs his star player to be acting like this, particularly at a time of the season where it's all sort of going awry for them.
Did you hear my brilliant theory on Saturday?
No.
Would you like to hear it now?
I heard it, and I don't want to hear it now.
Why don't you want to hear it? It's a great theory.
You've never had a brilliant
I heard it already.
It's a great theory. Mo Salah wanted to go to Saudi Arabia. Jurgen Klopp tells him, look, stick with me, stick with this project. We can still win a lot here. And then all of a sudden, Jurgen Klopp is leaving, ditching Salah after the promise he made about the project together. Salah's not happy, therefore, form's out the window.
Saudi Arabia will be there for him whenever he wants, or whatever.
No, don't ruin the theory. Mario's here. Mario, how are you, my man? Here we go, then. What did you make of Salah's touchline antics?
How are you guys? No, I heard you guys talk about it. Look, the situation with the interview, I think there was a moment that was for Salah. I think he wanted to bite back. The one on the pitch, okay, he could have done it smarter in the sense of, like, you understand, be more, like, he's arguably the biggest player in that team. But his emotions got the better of him because we all been there in that. I heard Craig talk about it, but we all been in a situation where we talk back to our manager in a moment where we're not even thinking. I don't know if he was aware of the camera, but I think he got to him. And he let his emotions, and then Nunes calmed him down in a way. But the moment the timing is not right. Liverpool is not performing. We all, like even me, I said like this is their time. And for them to perform like this and then having this, like in a situation with Salah, you put him on the bench and then you put him on, 13 minutes to go, your biggest player, it's never going to look good, his reaction. So I think it was because, I think it's the time. The time that he put him on, I think that got too sensitive to Salah.
Meanwhile, to actually what happened on the pitch, obviously it finished 2-2. Liverpool had a weird opportunity to kind of win it. And it was something that we discussed, obviously, a couple of weeks ago.
Anthony Taylor was trying to keep the game going. There was a free kick. He's going, OK, I've seen the free kick. You can keep it going. And there's been a miscommunication. And when he realised there was no advantage to Areola and it was becoming a disadvantage, the same as the flag going up for offsides, it's no different. We see it all the time. The flag goes up and we see the referees acknowledging the flag, waving play on, and then realising there's a player in proximity, he'll stop it. And for me, this really wasn't a big deal.
It's good to see Craig defending goalkeepers, first of all. I didn't think I'd see that day.
Well, I was defending the referee.
Well, no, I'm going to go to goalkeepers. I think there's a couple of things at play. One, when Areola goes down, there are two players around him. And I think he thinks the game is stopped. And maybe if he looks up, and if you look at Anthony Taylor, he's kind of pointing up towards the Liverpool goal, as if to say, well, it's a free kick going this way. Play on is, you raise your hands like this. So I think the goalkeeper probably is looking at the referee and he thinks it's a free kick, so he does as much. So again, I think this is more a refereeing mistake than human error on the part of Areola in this one. So Anthony Taylor, right to call him.
I mean, there's no way he's rolling it out like that.
Yep.
And that's how they do it with the spin on it. Did you see
Really,
it?
Craig?
Did you see how I
Look
put
at
the spin
that.
on it?
Yeah.
There's no way he's doing that if he doesn't think the referee has stopped the game. So this is...
There you go. All right, then.